Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right? Pretty sure it is. I'm actually on my way to the airport to head back to Los Angeles after a nice couple of days off. But I am in my car service and I'm scrolling through comments and I am seeing a trend. And it's a trend that I see a lot when we get close to the end of a workout program, and it looks like you guys are starting to hit it. So I want to talk about it, which is some people, here's what happens. We get towards the end of the program and people go one of two ways. They either lock it in and see just how far they can go and how much progress they can achieve in these last few weeks, and they just push to the finish line, or they start to see how amazing they look, how far they've come, and they're like, it's okay if I get a little off track, it's okay if I eat a little bit of pizza or drink a little bit of wine, or if I skip this workout, or I only do one round. And very quickly, the results start to become undone. Very quickly, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm gaining weight, what's my problem? And now I gotta lock it back down. And that can be really hard and frustrating. I also see people saying okay, I love the program, it's great, but I want to find balance. Where's the balance? How do I keep doing this or any other program and enjoy a treat here and there and not feel like I'm way off track, or not just completely go off the rails? And that's the thing, you guys have to remember that this is a lifestyle, right? So even though we have 16 workouts left, it's not the end. I've said this before, that this is a journey, so you don't end at day 80, and you do have to find the balance, and you can't just look in the mirror and be like, hey, my six-pack showed up, so now I can just go eat whatever I want. Hello, let's remember what it took to get you there. And it wasn't eating whatever you wanted, it was being on track with your nutrition. Now, that being said, does that mean you have to never have a glass of wine again or never eat pizza again? No. We did it for this round of 80-Day Obsession, knowing that you guys were in a test group, so you're going to follow the program 100% to a T to see just how amazing results you can get in these 80 days. You guys, it's only 80 days, by the way. That's 3 months. It's really not that big of a deal. But we're getting there, right? So when we hit day 80, what do you do on day 81? When you go on to another round of it, or you go on to another program, how do you keep going and not live at extremes of oh my god, I'm either completely locked into this nutrition and I can't ever have anything, or oh my gosh, I'm way off track and I just feel horrible. And I don't like saying moderation, because I know we all say that, oh, everything in moderation. I even say it, but that's not exactly what it is, because you have to define what moderation is, right? Well, you guys, if you ever did 21-Day Fix, you have a pretty good idea of what that means, right? You know how much you can have alcohol in a week. You know how many treats you can have in a week. You know how to do it, right? If you're going to have a glass of alcohol, 4 ounces of wine substitutes in as a yellow. I don't recommend you do use all your yellows for wine in a day. Though, if you want a cookie, you sub it in for a yellow, or whatever container count that it's given if you're using a fixate recipe. So you can do it. You absolutely can do it. It's not about being perfect. It's not about never having anything, but it is about doing it in the right amount, in the right amount of times in a week. You can't have it every single day, and you have to push play on that workout. You have to get it done. You have to push as hard as you can, and then you can have a treat every once in a while. But we still have 16 days to go in this program, so we're not there yet. Don't throw all your hard work out the window 64 days in, and then come spring break and summer, you're like, oh, it didn't work. Or people are like, what happened to that program you were doing? You're doing so well. So we're going to talk about it more and more, even as we get closer to the end of the program, about treats and things like that. But like I said, you guys basically know it. You're all coaches. So 21-Day Fix tells you how you can have those things that you like, without going overboard. That's the bottom line. There's your moderation right there. I told you how to do it in 21-Day Fix. So we can talk about it more even as we get to the end of this program. If you're in my next Obsessed with Coaching group that starts April 23rd, that'll be a topic that we address, because that's no longer a test group. That's just a teaching group. So I'll be talking about it in there. But you guys have to remember that, like I said, the more on point you are, the better the results are. And hey, I've been there. Year and a half ago, I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of let it go a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. But it showed on my body. I wasn't walking around with my six-pack, that's for sure. Look at this crazy sun. So that's my point to you guys, is that you're so close to the end. I want you to finish it strong. Let's not look at it like, oh, look how great I look right now, so it's okay to get off track. That's a really big deal, you guys. Let's finish it. I want to look at what some of you guys are saying. Questions. Still not having cravings. Good. Let's see. Somebody said, I'm on track and find this phase. I haven't lost anything. You guys, you know, we've talked about this. It depends on what you've lost in phase 1 and phase 2. If you lost more in phase 1 and phase 2, you might not lose as much in phase 3. If you lost a bunch in phase 1 and nothing in phase 2, you might lose more in phase 3. It all depends on what your body's done, and everybody's body is a little bit different. So it just depends on what your body's been doing so far. But again, that's why we do measurements. That's why we do photos, because just because that scale isn't moving doesn't mean things aren't happening. So pay attention to that. So somebody said, okay, this is an interesting question, and I actually do want to talk about this. Somebody says, as after doing 80-day obsession is done, will doing another Beachbody fitness program make me lose my results? Honest truth, it depends on what program you pick, and the answer could be yes, and it could be no. If you're not moving on to another program that has weight training in it, and you move on to a program that is all cardio based, you will not maintain the muscle mass and the gains that you got from this program. We're training, you guys, we're training really hard, we're training very specifically. So those glutes that are high and tight and firm and rounded right now, that six-pack, the shredded arms, abs, strength in your entire body, all of that is a part of weight training. And cardio training is fantastic, and there's a lot of body weight in there, so it does maintain a certain level of muscle. But we've all seen the memes of, like, you see a booty from the back, a girl's like flat butt and it says cardio, and then you see another girl's bubble butt and it's like weight training or squats or whatever. So that stereotype isn't entirely wrong. You know, if you're doing all cardio, you're going to eat into a little bit of your muscle gain. It just is what it is. So if you want to maintain the results that you've got, you need to keep lifting weights, at least some of the time. So be aware of that as you go on to the next program. But you can always redo 80-day obsession. That's the beauty of it. You go back to day 1. You probably don't even remember what day 1 was. You could do a little obsessed for a few weeks, right? Got 5 different workouts there. They're a little bit shorter, but still definitely hold the same style, which means you're not going to lose those results. So, but you do have to be aware that different programs will produce different results. So it can change what your physique ends up looking like. And yes, you guys also have to remember, you have to work as hard to maintain the results as you worked to get the results. When we finished the original 80-day obsession test group, somebody went on to do a little bit of like 21-day fix, and then they messaged me and they're like, I don't understand why I don't look the same. Why am I losing my results? Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, well, what are you doing? They're like, oh, I'm doing 21-day fix. And I was like, don't get me wrong, 21-day fix, phenomenal program. But 21-day fix workouts don't have anything on 80-day obsession workouts. I was like, well, you can't maintain 80-day obsession results with 21-day fix workout program. That's not how this goes, you guys. So it goes the same for anything. You're not going to maintain 80-day obsession results with something like Country Heat, right? Or 21-day fix-ish. Depending on how hard you push, how heavy you lift, you'll maintain good results, but it's still not going to be the same. We're talking about hour-long workouts versus 30-minute workouts. We're talking about a lot of variation versus the same 7 workouts for 3 weeks. So there's a lot to take into consideration there. That doesn't mean that they're not all phenomenal programs and won't all keep you in shape. We're just talking about the specific aesthetic look, so be aware of that. Let's see. Let me look for a few more questions. Okay. Let's see. Somebody's saying they don't want to overindulge anymore. That's great. Nervous about going to Mexico right after we're done. Yeah, you guys, I get that. We're going to be in Mexico, some for 5 days, me for 10. That's brutal, right? Like, all-inclusive resort. Everybody wants to let loose. You just finished the program. Here's the thing. You have 1, 2, 3. I don't know who else. I know Joel is coming, and I'm 99% sure Chris is coming. I don't know what other trainers are coming, but you have at least 3 super trainers in Mexico, right? There's workouts every single day, so you have zero excuse for missing your workouts. And in terms of nutrition, yeah, that gets a little bit harder. But I promise if myself and Joel and Chris can make it work, so can you guys. That doesn't mean you can't have fun. We all enjoy those trips too, but you can have a glass of alcohol or 2 when you're there. You don't have to drink from morning till night. You can have a dessert here and there, but you don't have to have dessert every single day. So you just have to make the choices. The choice is yours as to what you want to do while you're there and how you want to enjoy your vacation and celebrating your hard work and what you want to come back to and dialing it back in, or coming back and being like, hey, I didn't go off the rails and I'm jumping back in and going for it and I feel good. So be aware of that. Somebody says they feel like following this long of a program without cheating has broken their habits. That's the bad habits. Somebody cut out cheese, they don't miss it. And their GI system is thanking them, so that's good. Okay. So really that's it, you guys. That's somebody saying, how do we do time nutrition with other programs? If you join my Path to Progress group that starts April 23rd, I will be talking about that. So in Path to Progress, we'll be doing Chisel, Fix Extreme, and then a month of A Little Obsessed. And I will be talking about time nutrition with those 3 programs. So you can definitely join that group, and you can be in both of those groups. That one, the Path to Progress, is open to everybody, and the Obsessed with Coaching is only open to coaches, but you can definitely join both groups. I haven't started adding anybody into the Path to Progress group yet. I let myself enjoy these last 4.5, 5 days of vacation without doing any work, but I get home tonight and it is buckled back down for work time and making sure those groups are set and ready to go, and we're gonna have a great time doing both of them when we get back from Mexico. So all right, I am gonna wrap it up here. Not getting in enough fat if I keep craving it. Somebody's saying they're having a tough time with peanut butter. Are they not getting in enough fat if you keep craving it? You should be getting in enough fat if you're eating all your teaspoons, your orange container, and your blue container. That's plenty of fat for the day. That's balanced fat. So it might just be one of those things. We all love peanut butter. Don't get me wrong. I miss it every day. I can't eat it. But it might be one of those things you just have to break. Like just one of those cravings you have to break, where you can, have it as your teaspoon once or twice a day, and that's it. And then you got to move on to your other fats. So I don't have a solid answer for that. If you're eating all your teaspoons and your blue and your orange, you're getting enough fat. Is it normal to be slow progress in this phase? Yeah, you guys, we're 64 days in. It's going to be slow progress. Like the first 3 weeks are usually where the fast progress happens, and that's it. Everything from that point on is slow progress. Like it's never going to be like drop 10 pounds, drop 10 pounds, drop 5 pounds, drop this, drop that. Like it is slow progress. That's the whole point. We have to get out of this I want it right now mentality. Like that's not how it goes. That's why we keep doing it every single day. If we could just wake up and for 3 or 4 days or a week or so bust our asses, drop 10 pounds and move on, like we would all do that. Nobody would be consistent. You have to be consistent, and it's going to be slow and steady, and that's the right way. That's how it works. That's what progress is all about. And every once in a while you might get a good couple weeks where you drop a little bit bigger numbers, but we got to stop looking at it in terms of numbers only, about the number on the scale or the inches lost. And you got to look at it as, this has become a lifestyle. I get up every day. I don't even think twice about pushing play. Of course I eat healthy. That's just what I do. I'm getting stronger. My heart's stronger. My lungs are stronger. My body's stronger. I'm sleeping better. I have clearer skin. I think more clearly. Like, you have to look at all of the progress and not just the number on the scale. Okay, I'm for real going to wrap it up because I'm in the car headed to the airport and I'm getting text messages about work stuff. So I'm going to go check on that. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.